Hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive in right away and see what's coming your way. I'm going to see what's happening for you within this next 3 months. I see a very clear cup. The things are going to get clarified. And I also see here there's like a mountain or an accumulation of something. I usually interpret this as chunk of money, but can be for some of you a resource. Okay, and you are on top of it. This kind of looks like a machine to me as well, like a moving machine. Can be a vehicle for some of you if that's what you're needing at this moment, or this can be like even for some of you this can be information. Maybe at this time you need some information to unlock a certain challenge maybe, or can be like a challenge in front of you that requires some solution. Seems like that's going to be coming forward, but there's still some time for you to accomplish that. I see there's a pathway opening before this happens to you. The pathway can be, I feel like here, it's outside of your comfort zone. Maybe you're trying to resolve a situation that is internal in the family, in your neighborhood, in the workplace. But it seems like here something else is getting taken care of, or maybe there is like an opportunity showing up here for you. And it seems like when you take the chance, when you actually turn your gaze around this direction, what happens is, the things are going to align itself automatically, because I think it's a double slit experiment that we have. When you observe something that actually changes shape, and when you let it go, it rearranges itself, or it just can't go back to the default. So if this is something that you wanted to go back to the default, you can't remove your attention off of it. So it will give you a chance to reset it again, okay? Because what happens with the double slit experiment is the molecules, I think, the protons, I'm not sure. I don't want to name the things. I'm not a science person. So the thing is, when you take your gaze off of them, they actually go back to their original format. So maybe something that you observed in a negative way keeps actually occurring in a negative way all the time. This is you taking your attention off of it, turning your gaze towards something else that gives you joy, that makes you happy, which will actually change the other parts of that, like the other parts of your life. They're actually going to bring happiness to that. I see many conversations happening. These little bubbles are actually conversation bubbles within the first 2 months, actually. I don't know if you guys can see this. There are 2 people here with curly, kind of like a curly locks hair. Reminds me of those Roman statues with this beautiful carved curly hairs. It seems like they are actually, their face is looking smooth as well. This can be a couple, but most of the time these short hair creatures, humans, can be male. This can be 2 male figures that are actually aligned with each other already and coming into your life. This can be a partnership forming with them. This can be 2 people with good ideas showing up in your energy field, maybe even coming up with the good ideas, or this can be like 2 angelic being. We also see angels looking like a drone that way as well in the Sistine Chapel. Kind of reminds me the energy of Adam in that picture with God. And it seems like here these people are amazed by something. They're surprised, really amazed by something happening. They're looking at the star right here. Star indicates wish fulfillment. Your desire is actually happening for you. And I feel like here there's a miracle. Okay, star usually symbolizes your true north, your desires and manifestations coming in a very aligned way after the sun, after the moon. Yeah, okay, the moon and the sun, and then the star comes forward. So this is actually symbolizing that your the sun is shining. Basically, you're going to manifest something gradually, and it is going to amaze some people. And I feel like here they might even want to catch on this good vibe that you had. They might want to come into your space. This can be forming new friendships here. I don't feel like this is partnerships forming, but I feel like this is friendships forming overall with a very high vibe people. Okay, I was actually listening to Florence Scovel Shin books. I don't remember which one. It's like the path to intuition, or power of intuition, or something like that. And that was a beautiful book that symbolizes when you are aligned with the divine powers, when you're feeling good on a high vibration, your intuition will guide you towards the direction that you want to go, that the places that you want to advance faster here. And I feel like this too can be also inspiration for you coming into your life, in people that inspires you. I see there's a coral growing in your heart space. This can be something that looks really fragile, but the thing is, when you take the corals out of the water, and they inside the water, they get also stiff as well. So this is something that looks very beautiful and gentle from the outside, but it seems like this is something strong that you're building inside. This can also be a challenge that you're going through at this moment, is actually going to be become your strength. It is going to give you the power to say no, and yes to the things that you want to manifest, no to the things that are actually violating your boundaries. I see here the thought bubbles and as well as the conversations also happening. You might find yourself within this first 2 months in the environments that are actually the people aligned with you. This can be like a creative environment for some of you. This can be artistic environment, or maybe you are not in the art, you are in computer science, and this can be also some, again, creative environment that people are talking about the subject you want to advance in, not like talking about the gossip or what's happening with other people. So I feel like this is going to be a very creative and productive environment you're going to be stepping in. Can be for some of you. I don't see a legal paper. I don't feel like this is a new thing. I don't feel like this is a new job environment, but I feel like this is something that you are flying over. Maybe a trip is something that some place that you're going to get invited to, something really inspire you. Okay. And another thing I see at the end of that pathway, there is actually a legal paper showing. This can be even for some of you, if you're looking for a new job, a trial period. I know 2 months is a very long time. This calculation seems that way, but this can be also your trial period of something too. Okay. It can be like a vehicle that you're trying. I mean, it's a very long time, 2 months. So I don't feel like overall all 2 months is going to be about trial period. I feel like first of all, you're going to find yourself in an environment that is inspiring, and then the trial period is going to start maybe a couple weeks or 1 week or 2 weeks, and afterwards the legal paper comes forward. For some of you, this can be a job offer that you're going to be handed over. Another thing I see here, like I said, there's a chunk of money that you're sitting on, and you have a razor sharp thing in your hand. Kind of looks like a razor here. Razor can be symbolizing you separating yourself from the past very sharply, okay? Past people, situations, circumstances, you are actually cutting that off very clearly. We have a masculine figure in front of you. This can be someone that actually lowered your energy, someone maybe didn't really align with you. Because the thing is, we see everything, if you see everything as betrayal, you feel that you're living in a hostile world. But the truth is, that's actually a question of Einstein. Are we living in a hostile world or a friendly world? And it really depends on how you see things coming your way. Instead of just labeling things as, oh, that person wronged me, you can actually see it. Our energies didn't match. We didn't align. Okay. Which makes it actually a little softer, and also tells you that you have control over situations. It's not like he or she did something wrong to you. You have control over the situation here. I see that you're riding this beautiful bag of money, and then there's a shark behind you. I feel like this shark is also carrying you another fish right there. The shark can be somewhat, shark doesn't have to be always a wild creature, because now I see that sharks can also be, when you see divers helping sharks, those sharks can actually become friendly, pet-like even, with those divers. So this can be someone you helped in the past and they needed your help, and usually animals do not have negative intentions. So I feel like with the shark's energy, it can be in their nature to be in a vicious way or cutthroat because their circumstances actually demand it. But I feel like they are actually getting along with you and covering your back. At the end of the day, they are going to be protecting you here, okay? I'm going to dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. By the way, I would like to mention there are 2 lovebirds right there having a beautiful conversation. Some of you is actually manifesting love. Okay, and some of you is manifesting a beautiful home right here, kind of like looking like those Swiss Alp type of like the mountainous wooden roofs right there. Okay, let's see. Your desire coming really fast, but there's an interruption here. A little maybe a pause going to happen. I see letter N as in Nathan. Anna. This looks like N and I, like Nile. Also, I see V and one victory. And this kind of looks like I, which is number 6. Number 6 is the 6th month of the June. So this can be the June time, something actually big coming into your life in the format of victory. 2 lovebirds, they're not really touching each other. So this can be, for some of you, this is love, that maybe you are someone that you're far away. I see number 4, letter also looks like a letter A. Number 4 symbolizes stability, structure. Okay, let me get a little peek. I have my little notes right here. So I have stability, roots, foundation, and strength. So, and here I see, initially I see the number 4, and then I saw the 6. 6 indicates unconditional love. For some of you, there's a beautiful relationship coming forward here. But you still have some distance between this person. This is not going to be something spontaneous in the sense of you're not going to be just jumping into it. You're going to be intentional. And there's also here a beautiful circle energy field is actually protected, means that this person is not going to be intrusive when they come into your life. This is going to be actually supportive and maybe even something that you're planting. I kind of feel the olive leaf energy here. Olive leaf can symbolize also peace and making agreement with someone. Okay, this is going to be someone that you're going to be on the same page and see things through the same point of view. And on top of that, I feel like you're going to have like a same perspective when it comes to going and living life together. This is also going to separate you from, on the background, some negative mind chatter or maybe negative people. It is maybe initially can be a little bit shocking because people might not really come along with you. The negative energy is not really stand by, but it is also an eye-opening experience because you're going to realize who's actually your friend and who's not. Let's dive into your tarot now. If you have a specific question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind and let's see what the answer is going to be for that one. And then we will see what's happening here for you. Okay. This is your current situation, Ace of Wands, the new adventure, guys, looking beautiful. Okay, so very soon you might receive a beautiful offer. Someone compatible with your energy. This can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or this can be you heading off to a new adventure. You see a beautiful castle right there, a beautiful river in the middle. And here on the background, we see the glimpse of the mesa, which is the fire, which is where everything actually may happen. It aligns with your energy. This is where you're passionate about, where you can be passionate about. So something that is aligning with you, or an environment that is aligning with you that you're heading towards now. Let's see how will the situation evolve. There's full energy here. You're starting something new, definitely. Okay. Internally, we have here the Hermit. So this is something that you have been contemplating. You had a lot of thoughts about it. You have been maybe even planning, because even though the Ace of Wands is passion, adventure, just starting something new and taking initiative, going on a new pathway, symbolizing that, the Hermit energy with your internal energy is telling me you have been thinking about this. Okay, this is something that has been in your mind. Maybe you don't really sit down and written it down, but Hermit also has that kind of energy as well. Okay, you see he has his star in his lantern that symbolizes he already manifested one step on the pathway. But here the 7 of Cups is actually telling you you might have some sort of like multiple things on your plate, and thinking about it, sitting down or analyzing it, maybe even seeing the spiritual aspects and journaling about what's going to happen next, what will be your best benefit, is going to get to your destination faster. Within the next 3 months, you might really experience some new adventure here. You're heading off to a new adventure with the Fool's energy. This can be also Libra accompanying you. But overall, the Fool is completing the journey already. I feel like this is not your first time, and this is something that you have been there, done that, completed a life cycle already. And this is your second time around starting a new adventure. And it seems like here this will have emotional and spiritual growth as well as financial growth in there for you. Nine of Pentacles is, we see this woman, she actually manifested her heart's desire. She has the eagle in her hand and she tamed it. I feel like eagles are, I feel like eagle, but can be another one. There's another one. I don't know the differences between those, but so, falcon. Okay. So the thing is, these are really hard to train, these animals, and they symbolize freedom. Okay. They fly freely, and they do not like captivity. And it seems like here, this is your freedom that you're taming, achieving, holding it in your hand. And this is going to have material satisfaction in it. And also, I feel like with that feeling of freedom, it is going to have a lot of emotional satisfaction as well. Okay, these are the external factors. I have here Four of Pentacles also. So when you manifest that heart's desire, this is also suggesting Four of Pentacles sometimes can be interpreted in the sense of holding on to certain things so tightly. Maybe you're holding on to the past so tightly and it's blocking the bigger expansion that you will have. Or this can also be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It is maybe holding on to you, this person or the situation, like this old structure that is holding on to you and not letting you go. I feel like here, when you take a little break with Four of Swords energy, that will actually going to release itself. Okay, let's see the final results here. You're breaking the chains. Eight of Swords indicates like having the illusion of being tied down, and I feel like you're waking up to that illusion. This is the positive sign here. With a Knight of Wands, you're setting off to a new adventure. You're going to actually proclaim your freedom, and I think that's the word. Like, you're going to let the world know that you control your own life. Okay, and the circumstances are going to be aligning with that heart's desire. Let's see the Ace of Wands here. King of Pentacles coming forward. Something that you will start anew will include financial success and stability, structure. This can be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I told you, maybe there's someone that is holding on to you at the final moment. But initially, this person can be someone supporting you, giving you the financial means and giving you the mental support that you're needing. And I think also we can see that maybe you are in a very good place in this lifetime. We can interpret it that way as well. You are manifesting material things, so you can actually follow the other passion, the things that you're passionate about. We have here with the new adventures you're setting up to within the next 3 months, the things are going to be evolving in the best way possible. Wheel of Fortune indicates good luck will be coming forward when you take a leap of faith and step into a new thing. We have, when it comes to your internal factors, you're evolving, clarifying what you want, and the universe is going to say yes and give you more, so you can actually share this energy. The energy can be starting as maybe gentle words and a warm introduction, a warm, good morning, and then can turn into day by day into material satisfaction as well. External factors, we have here a King of Swords. So I told you maybe there's something holding you back. In order to get out of that situation externally is actually being stoic, being reasonable, being logical is the key here, and do not get emotionally attached to things. But it seems like because the things are actually changing really fast. And finally, I have here Two of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. You are freeing yourself from, the sun is coming forward too. You're freeing yourself from situations that are not really serving you. And also you're stepping into the environment, the situations that are actually making you feel, loved, appreciated. Soulmate connections are forming. Sun is maybe even a Leo energy coming, someone loving, supportive, optimistic, and the things are going in a very optimistic way. Two of Pentacles also telling me you might even find yourself overwhelmed with the success, overwhelmed with a love coming into your life. So This is basically telling you if you're working on hard on certain things, it's time to play hard as well. Maybe you are actually going through certain like trials and tribulations, therapy, maybe like learning new things, going to school, and if you like that will bring you success. And but it also suggests that you need to maybe wind down a little bit and enjoy yourself and enjoy your life too. Let's see what the oracle actually has to say. What's the blockage? We have the pleasure here. Yeah, with the Two of Pentacles, I can see that. Maybe you're almost focused on too much of the success. Maybe even in love, that you are focused solely on the success. You're not really taking the pleasure. You're not really tasting the beautiful pleasures and the taste of life. So this is suggesting that's where the blockage lies, where this needs to be resolved to clear the challenge in front of you. We have the healing will come forth when you do your due diligence, okay? And the pleasure can also require maybe even work. Sometimes the first thing that we push away and procrastinate about is actually our pleasure. So this is telling you, suggesting that in order to heal that, the future, secure the future, basically, you need to feel the pleasure in the moment. And in order to do that, you need to clear clutter out of your life, be thoughtful about how you spend your time, and be discerning when choosing with whom you spend it. Clear out relationships that do not support you anymore. And final outcome is the power that you are manifesting strength, power, and the situation will evolve, you being victorious, you being actually receiving through the power, receiving your heart's desire, making things happen faster. Okay, I'm gonna go look at your second oracle now. I ask the best advice or guidance for my beautiful Aries now through unconditional love. Thank you. We have the Archangel Gabriel. My dreams are filled with ideas and inspiration. I awaken with a clear memory of dreams and easily interpret them. The insights I receive from dreams bring clarity and understanding to my life. This is actually telling me that before you go to sleep, don't forget to meditate upon the things that you want to manifest. And during those sleep cycles, you will be receiving angelic support, inspirations. And we also have here Herkimer Diamond, your gemstone, which is actually also diamond is a very precious stone that we had today. So you will those dreams are going to turn into diamonds. When you write them down, note them down, you might receive divine guidance there. Are you able to recall your dreams? Dreams can be your internal psychologist and spiritual advisor. Take the time before going to sleep to form the intention to remember your dreams. Record them when you awaken and use them for contemplation. Dreams are powerful tools for self-healing, personal awareness, and spiritual growth. Looking beautiful, guys. Now I'm going to pull an affirmation. I have this beautiful new deck. It's so shiny. It's called the Rainbow Brain Skull. The sketches kind of reminds me of a little childish what we have here, but also kind of like arcade. No decision, just growing. Okay. Let's see. No decisions, just growing. Now number 37. Let's see. Stop making life harder than it actually is. You don't need to tell your heart to beat. It just does. And that's a more important job than anything your chattering mind does. Let go and dance to the rhythm of it all. I feel like here the subconscious is speaking to you very clearly, and if you are feeling like you need to make a decision at this moment, and that's why maybe you're feeling stuck, the Hermit also proves that energy. The answer will come forward. You don't have to stress yourself out. Okay, just live the life, be in the moment in the best way possible. And this is actually also, we have death is just one character I play. My real name is changed. This is also suggesting that life is also changing every single moment, every single moment we create our own reality. We have the 37 and 72, by the way. Numbers are close when you flip them. Let's see what this actually intends for you. Nothing ever truly dies. Don't be sad that it is over. Be glad that it happened. Every event to ever take place is written on the fabric of space-time. So nothing is ever really gone. The needle of the record player moves forward because it's time for the next part of the song. Beautiful, guys. You are going on a new adventure, basically. All right, my beautifuls, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all a magical day. Bye.